My name is Yvette. I combine research with meditation, and here are some practical tips to deal with procrastinating behavior backed up by research evidence. And the first one is that it's important to develop a routine. So to establish a daily routine where you can create a structure that reduces procrastinating behavior. So research has found that routines help by developing habits that enhance productivity and minimize procrastination. And the next tip is to break tasks into smaller tasks. So what are you all procrastinating on? Can you break that task into a smaller task? So research has found that breaking tasks into smaller segments increases the likelihood that you can deal with procrastinating behavior. And I see this with a lot of students I work with who are writing their thesis. If they think they have to write a complete thesis, they get overwhelmed, they get scared, and they start to procrastinate. If I help them to say, hey, for this half hour, I need you to write this paragraph. For the next half hour, you can search for 3 articles. That really makes the work more manageable. What is useful with breaking things into smaller tasks is another tip, and that is to use time management. I'm not saying time management is the fix for all your procrastinating problems. However, it does help when you are breaking your task into smaller bits. So for example, when I was talking about, hey, do a half hour this, do a half hour that is actually part of the Pomodoro time management technique. So have you thought about dividing your task into half-hour things? And the trick is to not become over-focused on everything needs to be half an hour. But in global terms, can you divide it into smaller bits and pieces and divide a certain amount of time to it? And then another tip, which I keep saying, and I am guilty of this myself, is to reduce distraction, eliminate distractions. So they had this research study where they were tracking focus, and when people, for example, got a notification on their mobile phone that actually took them from their focus and they were distracted and they had to restart all over again. And nowadays we have this multiple times, even in that half hour. So can you really focus on one task and not multitask and turn off those notifications? And a big thing recently is to practice self-compassion. So be kind to yourself and avoid harsh self-criticism if you procrastinate. Because this can break the cycle of procrastination. So studies have shown that self-compassion is associated with lower levels of procrastinations and higher levels of productivity. So in this one study with Chinese students, I remember they had, I think, 230 something. And they had a control group. They had one group who would work on writing self-compassionate notes. And they had one group who didn't. And of course, the group who was working on self-compassion, they dealt with their procrastination. And then more and more research is about motivation. A big part of that is intrinsic motivation. What really helps you deal with procrastination is to connect your tasks to personal values and interests, because this increases intrinsic motivation by making you like a task. And research suggests that intrinsic motivation is a key factor in reducing procrastination. Now, how is doing my taxes part of intrinsic motivation? It isn't. I don't like it, I'm bored, I don't know what to do. When I don't know what I need to do, this increases procrastination. And this isn't part of my intrinsic values. So how do I work on this? I need to refocus. I need to shift that this task is about being boring. And I need to look at the bigger picture. For example, my values are that I work on myself, that I keep motivating myself, work on my procrastinating behavior. So then it is part of my intrinsic value. So if I do this, then I work on myself. And what then really helps is to implement a reward system. So set up a small reward system for completing a task. This can make your work more enjoyable. This can give you motivation. So the problem with procrastination is that we give ourselves a reward beforehand and we don't even enjoy it. But also be sure that it's a healthy reward. I mean, you can't buy every day like Gucci bags, for example. So would you think of a reward system that's beneficial to you? What would be a great way to reward yourself? Visualize success. So imagining successful completing your task. This boosts motivation and reduces procrastination. And really go into the emotions there. How would you feel if you would complete the task? And for your enjoyment, you can hear rain in the background. And then the final tip I would like to share is to seek social support. Sharing your goals with family, friends, colleagues, people on Inside Timer can provide accountability and encouragement. Studies have found that social support is an effective strategy for reducing procrastination and achieving goals. In my 10-day course, you also have a course classroom where you can share your experiences about how you are dealing with procrastination. And I invite you to sit with a straight spine, but be comfortable for the following meditation. This meditation is designed to help you deal with procrastinating behavior. Feel free to follow this meditation more often, but for now you are here, you are creating space, and you can close your eyes. Where you take a deep breath in through the nose and release it with a loud out sigh. Can you do one more, but with a big out breath, and drop those shoulders by breathing in through the nose. Hold it and release. One more deep breath in. Hold it and drop it. And you can ground by placing your feet on the floor and press them into the floor and say hello to your body. Feel the weight of your body resting on the surface. Let go of any tension in your shoulders, neck and face. And allow yourself to be present in the moment. And I want you to bring a moment in mind where you procrastinated. Notice any feelings of guilt, frustration or disappointment, and take a moment to acknowledge these feelings without judgment. Excellent. Can you imagine a friend describing this situation to you? They are describing the exact same way how they were procrastinating like you. How would you respond to them? perhaps with kindness and understanding. Can you offer yourself the same compassion? Can you repeat this to yourself out loud or in your mind? It's okay to feel this way. I am human and it's natural to procrastinate sometimes. I forgive myself and I allow myself to move forward. I forgive myself and I allow myself to move forward. Can you feel the warmth of this self-compassion spreading through your body? Now think about this task again you've been procrastinating on. Is there something else you can do to boost your routine? Can you break this task into smaller tasks? Instead of focusing on external pressures or rewards, try to connect this task to your personal values and interests and ask yourself, why is this important to me? Why do I want to work on my procrastinating behavior? Now visualize the positive impact of completing your task. What positive impact would it have on you? On the people around you? Maybe it brings you closer to personal goals, gives growth, or maybe you can help someone else. Now feel the sense of purpose and motivation arising from within. Can you state out loud with me? I choose to approach this task with a positive mindset. I want to show myself that I can deal with procrastination. Now, how can you reward yourself when you stop procrastinating? And how would you feel about yourself when you stop procrastinating? Can you feel these emotions? Would you feel proud, accomplished, calm? I'm very grateful that you are here today. What are you grateful for today? And as we come to the end of this meditation, take a few more breaths. Begin to move your body. And try to carry this sense of self-compassion, intrinsic motivation, and the vision of your success throughout the day. Thank you for taking this time to yourself. And remember that you can overcome procrastination. Thank you.